Hi everyone, this is Reverend Prophetess Lady of Wisdom, also known as the Prophet of the Christ with Christian Gifted Psychics and Holy Witches Chapel. Today's date is April the 5th, 2022, and it is around 8:16 p.m. if that is Eastern Standard Time, and I just wanted to record an update on my braid locks. I'm still working from home, so this explains why I have on night clothes. That's basically how I look now, because I ain't in the office right now and they don't nobody see me. But yeah, so it's hard for me to show you the length of my hair. And it's harder for me to show you because it's really shrunken up, which is of course to be expected when you have locks. But my hair went well before I installed my locks, which I installed these, of course, was the end of February 2022. My hair, when it was loose, it was around bra strap length to mid back length. So now you see how much it actually shrunken up. But anyways, I did interlock my hair myself, as I spoke to you guys about that I was going to attempt to do, but I actually successfully done it. And I interlocked my hair as I think it was like 2 weeks ago I did that. I like the side. And this is what I use. Hopefully you can see. This is an interlock tool. So how I interlock my hair, I take this needle, I put my lock through it, and once I put my lock through it, I will take my lock and go one rotation, meaning one way here, and then my second time going through, because you never want to go through the same side twice, and I did it from up to down, which is called the 2-point rotation. Because that was easier for me to do than me trying to do the 4-point rotation, that east, west, south, north. That was no, girl, no. That just wasn't going to work for me. So I just do the two. And it was a little difficult doing the back of my hair myself, just because I couldn't really see as good. And I was afraid that I might make a mistake and interlock like two of my locks together. So, and then once you do that, that's going to be pretty tough to try to get those apart. So luckily I didn't do that, but I did use a mirror, but it was harder for me to try to hold the mirror and trying to use the needle at the same time. It just really wasn't working. So I did manage to interlock my hair myself, and a 2-point rotation is what I do. I'm going to interlock my hair probably like around every 6 to 8 weeks, which seems like that's going to be doable for me. So what I did want to talk to you guys about is some things that I noticed. Now, with locks, you don't have to put a bunch of product on your hair. Please don't put too much stuff on your hair. Because like I told you guys that I still do, of course, use a moisturizer, which I don't use a lot, but I still use moisturizer. I can show you what I use. This is what I've been using. Even when I had my single plaits, I would use this. This is the olive oil by Ors. I think you pronounce that Ors. And I use this, and it has castor oil, so I've been using that even when I had my single plaits, but I don't put a lot on my hair. And I use this is my oil mixture bottle, and that's Jamaican black castor oil, olive oil, tea tree oil, peppermint oil. Yeah, I think that's it. That's in there. So I use that on my hair, and I do that like every day, every other day, so to speak. And I do sleep with my satin bonnet, and what I do is I cross wrap my locks. So I actually take like a bobby pin, stick it through one side, and then kind of sleep with my hair wrap kind of like that, like a cross wrap. That will keep it from being too shrunken up, even though it's shrunken up now, but whatever, girl. That's to be expected when you have locks. So, what I noticed about locks, I just wanted to say, you can have any number of locks you want to. It doesn't matter how many locks you have. Your hair may still look good. Will still look good. I have around 215, which is what I started with. I definitely know that it's more now, and I just don't know how much it is now, just because I went in and started breaking down some locks because some of them was a little too big and I wanted them a little smaller. So I do have more than that now. But one thing I noticed that you can have any number of locks and they will look good. I also noticed that the more locks you have, the more it might be harder for you to maintain your hair. Like if you're going to do this yourself, it's really time consuming, because even when I did this myself and I only have around 200 and something locks, it took me around 2 hours to actually interlock my whole hair, and I was stopping in between, but my arms were hurting, and it was just getting really frustrating and annoying. So it can be time consuming. So if you have like way more locks than myself, like if you have, I heard someone said that they have around 500 and something. So you imagine how much time that is going to take for you to interlock your own hair, or however you're going to maintain it, or if you're going to go to someone for them to do your hair for you. And then you got to think, like, are you going to be able to kick out that money, every time it's time for you to get your hair retightened, because you are eventually going to have your hair retightened, because if you do not, it can cause thinning, because like if your hair is growing out and you're not maintaining your hair, it can cause like your locks to grow together where they start marrying together. You might end up having a pop locks. It might be some locks that's breaking off and things like that because you're not maintaining your hair. That will definitely be an issue. So that is the reason why I didn't want to make my locks too small, because I know that I'm going to be maintaining this myself, and I'm like, how the heck am I going to be able to do all this by myself? So which, like I said, I don't mind going to someone, but I just wanted to just do it myself since I installed my own locks. So that's definitely something that you will have to be consider. That you definitely have to take into consideration is who's going to do your hair. Are you going to maintain this yourself? Are you going to go to someone else? Are you going to have the type of money to be able to get your hair retwisted, interlocked, or retightened, however you're going to maintain your hair or have it maintained? Or do you have the type of cash to do that? Because it is definitely going to cost you money, and it's definitely time consuming. And like I said, when it comes to products, you don't want to put too much product on your hair, because you could have buildup. Because I know even with me using a little moisturizer, I didn't notice that some of it didn't properly dissolve into my strands in the back. I just happened to look in the mirror, using like a mirror to look in the back of my head, and I noticed it was just like a little bit of white stuff, and I'm like, what the heck is that? It was a little bit of product, so I ended up having to wash my hair again. So definitely be mindful of that. Like when you're using product in your hair, you don't have to use a bunch of product when you have locks. You might be able to just get away with using oil, but my hair get dry too fast because I'm low porosity, so I do have to kind of go a little bit further when it comes to moisturizing my hair. But like I said, just be mindful of that. And also something that I noticed, you can start your locks with a lot of different methods. You can start with braids, like I did, only because that's like the only thing I know how to do is plait my hair. You can also start with twist. You can also start like with comb coils, and you can also freeform your own locks. Well, your hair will just lock like if you just freeform it. But the reason why I didn't go with twist is because I was scared that it might unravel, and I'm really not good at twisting my hair. I suck at that. So this was like the only thing that I know how to do. And also, from what I noticed, like folks who start their hair with twists, like my cousin started her locks with twists, and her hair went from down here to like up here within a millisecond. So with twists, you might get way more shrinkage than you do if you're starting your hair with like braids. Which as you guys can see, I have a whole lot of shrinkage, but definitely not as much as my cousin had. I was like, girl, but so that's definitely something that I have noticed. I'm gonna try again to give you like checking in on my hair. It's hard for me to turn around because as you can see, my wall is here, so I can't really turn too much and show you guys like the back of my hair. Hopefully you can see. Okay, so I'm just showing you guys my hair, and this is my update. So I am about, what's this? This is what, 2 months? Yeah, almost 2 months now. So, and I'm showing you guys again. So I would like to thank you very much for watching, and make it a blessed rest of your evening. Take care.